for 5 minutes.
My. Good Lord, help us to be protected from this threat from within. American patriots are so done with career politicians and Democrat Party socialist insanity. We are nauseated by the continuous attacks on working Americans and American industry. This entire debacle of a hearing today has been reflective of the exact reasons why my colleagues across the aisle will lose their majority status very soon. We have a smashed economy. We've witnessed a disgraceful retreat from Taliban terrorists overseas, abandoning Americans. We have a disintegrated southern border. We have unbelievable inflation. We have medical oppression. We have parents, American parents, being threatened by our own DOJ for having the audacity to exercise their First Amendment rights to assemble and redress grievance. We have the companies brought before us today, American men and women, for a public beating by the Democrats on this committee. They've done incredible work to actually lower emissions. These companies have worked with scientists and engineers, not politicians, to reduce methane by 70% between 2011 and 2019. They've used innovation to clean up their industry on their own. Their facilities and plants are incredibly clean and safe. It's abhorrent that my colleagues across the aisle have called a so-called hearing today to demonize American industry whose products make modern life possible. Petroleum products are in everything, the clothes on our back, the wiring in our computers ourselves, our phones, all the equipment used by our military, all medical supplies and equipment, paint, curtains, fabrics and appliances in our homes, fishing rods, lures, tents used by sportsmen, everything, all sports products. It's insane what my colleagues across the aisle are putting these good American men and women through and attacking American workers as our country dissolves around us. You push patriots too far. You've gone a bridge too far. We won't take it anymore. Mr. Woods, Ms. Watkins, Mr. Worth, and Mr. Lawler, I'm about to ask you about a pledge. Our chairwoman asked you for a pledge. I think it was an absurd request, but I'm going to ask you about a pledge. Mr. Woods, do you pledge today to endeavor to continue leading the world in emissions reductions and providing abundant, affordable energy through innovations? I'll say again so you can think about it. Do you pledge today to endeavor to continue leading the world in emissions reductions and providing abundant, affordable energy through innovations?
We try to do that today, and we will continue to try to do that going into the future.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. Ms. Watkins, same question. Do you pledge today for Shell to endeavor to continue leading the world in emissions reductions and providing abundant, affordable energy through innovations?
Congressman, yes, and I would add clean energy to that statement.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Worth, for Chevron, do you pledge today to continue to endeavor leading the world in emissions reductions through providing abundant, affordable energy and with innovation?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lawler, for BP America, do you pledge today to endeavor to continue leading the world in emissions reductions and providing abundant, affordable energy for the world through innovations?
Thank you, Congressman. We will continue, and I pledge to lower emissions over time. We're trying to help the world reach net zero, and we'll continue to provide the energy that the world needs, and increasingly green, and we have a number of projects in motion today that will support those objectives.
Thank you, good sir, for your answer. Madam Chair, I happily yield the balance of my time so that we can get through this horrendous display of partisan attack upon American workers and American industry. I yield.